Okay.
Ian Sanum is the host now.
There we go. All right. So,
Oh, where's my kidney? What happened last night? What's going on? Angvor, stop stabbing me. This is what you get.
So for reference, from the person that starts this, we forgot to record like the first 30 minutes. All right, Joe.
Because we're going to be a big show one day.
We have better production quality than that. They haven't missed anything. This is the start. If they haven't been keeping up, it's their fault.
Exactly.
all right. So,
I saw that too.
It's not on the screen. It might be a pixel.
Oh, dead pixel.
Is Australia meeting us down here?
well, Istria will meet you guys at the Grand Cast Citadel, which is where the diarchy, where Queen Frunost and King Talviel hold court. They plan on receiving Professor Shalebrow today, and so I've arranged for a brief audience before Professor Shalebrow arrives to present his research.
All right, about
Is this like a court
what time frame
thing,
are
or
we
is this
looking
like
at?
a theater or like a auditorium style? You said present for the professor.
Imagine we'll be somewhat alone.
Or are we meeting with the king and the queen as well?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be presenting his research to the king and the queen. They'll be on their thrones, and he'll be down there, and he'll be explaining and presenting the different things that he's found, and then their court will be around. But
So when we talk to Istria, though,
Would that be with the king and queen?
no. It'll just be before that.
That's the question.
Okay.
this Shale Brown, do you know what he's doing? Spending time up probably in that hoity-toity library we saw.
I mean, yeah, he arrived late last night, and he's staying in the library and sort of compiling his research. But he was up in Mutalos, on the island of Foreign and Isocross, and he was sort of investigating that area that sort of shifts terrains at sunrise every morning.
Yes, we heard about that area. We were close to there.
Very, very fascinating.
Yeah.
So about what time should we be coming back?
2 in the afternoon.
What time is it now?
It's like
9:30.
9:30, 10.
Well, you guys want to go back up to the lever disc to check out some of those shops for a little bit?
I might.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want to go check out some armory.
That's what I was going to look for.
Or should we go talk to this Shale Brown? What type of name is that?
No.
But if he was in that area.
We talked to him before.
We talked to him.
Oh, we did.
On Isocross.
We
met
him.
Isocross.
Oh, never
That's what
mind.
I couldn't remember who he was for a while, and I was like, wait. And then he said it again after so long.
I think ARS did most of the talking in that encounter.
Oh yeah.
I think I was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Professor Gorham Shale Brown. I
Yeah.
have him written down.
Well, all right. Well, that sounds good, Elleth. I think we're gonna go explore up on the lever disc for a little bit, and then come back down around then.
Okay, I'm gonna head up with you guys.
Oh, that's great, Sironel. No, that's
Tired of your sister already.
She's
You,
done some
call
things I
up
don't
my
approve of.
sister?
It was Anyway, let's just go.
All right.
Insight check.
And Sironel?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Either 6 plus 8. 14.
14. Okay. He is he looks upset. He looks frustrated. Um, he's probably upset with his sister. That's about all you get.
All right. All right. Yeah, I want to go up to an armory.
I'm
or
looking
something.
for somebody who has some armor as well. Yeah, I'm all with you there.
Do you think we should get one of those little flags?
for like and put like our
Wilford
logo
probably
on it.
needs one.
Get one of those little flags. Maybe we could hire somebody to get a chair.
Are you talking about the ones that kind of let us know where we're all at?
No, the ones that you see running around the streets right now.
The little flags.
Yeah, so you see people sort of like parading with like a big
the
flag in
parade.
front of them.
Right.
Like telling people to like the heraldry and stuff like that. They're nobles.
Get out the way!
Hear ye, hear ye.
Make way for the Lord and Lady Tumblecarve.
I mean, it would be fun.
Make way
Granted,
for
if
the
we get
fellowship
caught,
of the
it could
truly
be
sad.
pretty bad. But
I'll be right back.
have a standard.
All right, well, let's walk up to the Libra disc.
All right, so you guys head up towards the Libra disc. You pass back through the gates, and again, you find yourself sort of in the run, sort of the mill and the scrum or the crowds and the Libra discs. People sort of
Looking for some armory, somebody that would do some.
armor work.
Yeah.
okay. Make a perception check. Whoever is looking,
Total of 18.
18. Okay. 19. Okay. So you guys actually see a couple of different armories. You guys do see on the Libra disc, you do see the anvil of Smeltborn.
Smeltborn.
I'd also like to keep an eye out for, or if I know of, which I might, a postal service or courier service.
Okay, yeah. Make a perception check.
Okay, we're doing good. 18.
18. Okay. So you see a sort of a young elvish man is sort of like riding leathers, sort of standing, sort of shuffling his feet with next to sort of a sign that says, courier, sort of the courier service of Uthodurn. You guys you get, not only do you see the anvil of Smeltborn, you also see several. You see anvil and lightning. You guys see the armorer's anvil. A couple different places like that.
Do any of these? I'm looking at one in all of these three.
Mhm.
Can I tell if one of them looks more like somebody who would be doing more like leather armor, lighter armor instead of
Okay.
like a heavier mail armor kind of thing? I'm looking for like a lighter leather armor or something like that.
Okay, yes, you actually those sort of more specialized in heavier armor. You see sort of nearby, you see sort of a leatherworking shop that focuses on sort of on lighter armor. And it's called the basically we'll say it's like the light armor and leather.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Is there any that like work in between the light and heavy?
This is the
I mean, probably that would be anvil and lightning.
And roll lightning. I'll go there.
All
I'm
right.
gonna head over to the lighter armor and leather.
All right.
This looks exactly like what I was looking for.
This looks like almost exactly what I'm looking for.
So you head in and they don't have sort of at the leather working shop, they have like these big tanning racks, these big tanning hides, and they don't have sort of you don't see the big bellows or the anvils or something like that. So it's a very different sort of experience. Whereas sort of the heavy armor and sort of medium armor, those places, well, for you're kind of like at one of these three, and you said the hammer, anvil, and lightning looks like the best one. And so you sort of head in anywhere as you head into light armor and leather. You talk to sort of this sort of hard-looking elvish woman, who sort of got this like sort of dark, like almost mahogany color skin. Her skin is very dark, and her hands are sort of like stained, um, sort of a dark color, and you can see like she's got all these stains on her hands. It's
Well,
actually
hello there, miss.
hello. How can I help you?
I just saw your shop. I'm kind of new in here, and I'm looking around, and I'm just seeing your shop here, and it looks like you might have something of what I'm looking for. I'm looking to
What
maybe
you looking for?
replace this armor that I have. I just have this. I kind of point out my basic leather armor.
Mhm.
I just have some basic leather armor here, and I just didn't know if you had anything that could be an upgrade that could maybe help me out a little bit more than just this. I'm not sure what else there is in this world here, but this is just kind of basic stuff.
She quickly moves through her itinerary, looking at sort of like pulls. No, I don't think that's too small for you. So she sort of moves through, and she says, "Well, I mean, we have some studded leather armor here.
Is that a little bit better there? Do you think? Looks a little bit more sturdy there.
Yeah, I think it's a little better. Yeah.
Man. Is that the best you have, or is there anything that, I mean, I don't know how much better there could be, but
It depends on what you're looking for. I mean, there's one that will give you a boost to make you a little bit more, nimble, a little bit lighter on your feet.
What does that do? How does that work? Is that a magical?
Not really, but kind of. I mean, it's just sort of the way, the way that this one is sort of designed. It's sort of, it has these sort of these spring in your step, and sort of a little bit of a sort of made of a little bit of a rubbery substance. It's made from these trees that only grow in the Savalier wood, and have these sort of like this special sap sort of distilled down. It's a process that's a very rare and is a guarded secret.
Well, wow. Would that offer me a little bit more protection as well, or?
No, that wouldn't offer you any more protection.
Oh. So that's a hard sell there. I mean, it sounds very interesting. I'm just looking to have some more protection, and I get into a lot of fights where we're going, and so. But that studded leather armor looks like it might offer me a little bit more protection there.
Oh yeah, the studded leather armor will offer you a little more protection.
How much would that cost me?
Probably 45 gold pieces.
45 gold.
Mystic charisma.
Do you think I could get it for 40 gold pieces there?
Make a persuasion check.
Total of 16.
For a fellow like yourself, yeah, I'll give you for 40.
Well, sweet. I think I'll take
charmer
that.
like you.
I mean, I try to be a sweet guy, but I think I'll take that for you from the 40 there.
Aurelia stares daggers at her.
Does she understand what he said?
I didn't see Aurelia.
She's been casting tongues at sort of at random moments. You don't know.
I'll hand over the 40 gold and
Right.
take that. And I didn't catch your name there, miss.
Oh, I'm Claris.
Well, Claris, it was a pleasure doing business with you. My name's Angvor.
Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Angvor.
All right. Well, I think that's it for me. I'm gonna head back out to meet with my friends back out there.
Oh well, thank you very much, and please come again.
All right, I'll just walk out.
All right, walk out. Whereas Wilfred, you head into like this intensely hot a forge, and sort of like hear the sound of the bellows in the background, and they're like you see this sort of like big brawny Dorish man, ding ding ding, quenching the and then sticking it back in the fire. Ding, ding.
When he's walking back to one or the other, I will.
Oh,
there.
hey, well, let me just put this down. Okay. Okay. How can I help you?
I is it loud in here?
Yeah, it's sort of loud with it's on the bellows.
I'm looking for some for a little bit of some armor.
What kind of
just-
armor are you looking for?
Something not as heavy as some of these. Maybe a little bit lighter, but I wasn't sure if you dealt with that. Like
What
a
type?
Medium armor.
Medium armor? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want half plate?
What all does that entail? All right, can I see
It's
it?
sort of like doesn't include leg protection, but it's like it's sort of like almost plate armor, but it's half plate armor. I don't know how to explain it.
It's this half, your left chest.
It's the left chest.
No.
Half plate.
Just for reference, that'll be a AC of 15,
Right.
and disadvantage on stealth.
It looks like it's gonna be a little noisy.
Yeah.
I was
Say
hoping
something
for
a little quieter.
I was hoping for something slightly quieter.
Okay. Do you want like a chain shirt?
I
That'll be
think
quieter.
I was. Do you have like a breastplate or something like that along those lines?
Yeah, I have a breastplate. He goes over and he gets a breastplate down off the racks. Okay, yeah. So here's. Oh, okay. He's tries to like fit the big breast, the dwarvish breastplate. Oh. Goes back and sort of shuffles around a little bit, and you get one that kind of looks like it was. It sort of got like sort of like these like weirder sort of designs on it. It's sort of like got like sort of like goofy sort of spikes that don't really do much, and sort of have like sort of like it's got like a cape on the back. And he gives it to you. He's like,
It was made for a dwarven child.
here's something that I mean, it's sort of a not an adult, but I mean, I'll sell it to you for a discount.
I don't know if I really like the. I don't know if the spikes go well with my style. I don't know if they.
Oh well, they don't really do much. You sort of poke some of these, or like just sort of like push.
Yeah, I'm talking about more of the thematic of it.
Look, this is the only thing that's gonna fit you. You take it or leave it. You can try one of the other shops if you're gonna be.
You know anyone that specializes in halfling or
Well, you can talk to the Smeltborns over there.
Smeltborns?
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw them coming in. Thanks very much. I just walk out.
All right. So you head over to
The
Smeltborn. So much like it's a little bit less busy or a little bit less noisy than the other one. You see out there in front you see Umagor and Smeltborn sort of like she's sort of sweating and sort of like, oh well, hello there. How may I help you?
I'm looking for some armor. Do you have anything for a halfling?
Maybe. What type of armor are you looking for?
Not like a medium, not heavy, but like a medium. So I think I'm still yelling. I was in the other everyone lightnings. I think it's
okay.
well,
yeah, I
I
mean,
a little bit more quieter.
Okay. Well, I mean, we probably have. So you're looking for some medium armor?
Preferably.
Okay. I mean, we have chainmail for sure. You want? Sorry, good being shuffling through stuff. We have some. You sort of pull something out. Some scale mail. I think will fit you.
That's what I have right now. And I was just hoping for something slightly quieter.
Okay. Chainmail? Is that will that work?
I don't know. Like, you have like a breastplate style, like a.
I don't know. I'll go look. And so he goes and he sort of calls over sort of this sort of tall female apprentice who sort of stands there, and he sort of whispers something to her, and she just sort of shuffles away. And he sort of comes back and says, "You're in luck. I think we have something." So she sort of you wait there for a minute or two. She comes back with sort of this breastplate that will
Pink breastplate.
yeah.
There's sheer stock.
This is the only one we have though. So
Is it just like a average breastplate, or is it?
yeah, it's just average. Yeah.
I get it up, hold it up.
Mhm.
How much will this cost you, or cost me?
200 gold pieces.
Unarmed proficient.
I'll look over it. I don't really know much, but I'll try to see if I can find anything that. Do I see anything with my?
Make an investigation check if you're holding it and doing that.
4.
4. It looks like a breastplate. It's probably made of steel, or
200. You said. I think I could do that.
all right. Well,
Pull out some
gold and give it to him.
gold and
Mhm.
price it out for 200, and then that should be 200 for you.
All right. Well, thank you. Her hands over
Thank
the
you.
breastplate.
And I leave.
All
I would
right.
have walked in as well.
Okay. So
As soon as he's done, I'll walk up to the smith.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I've got some armor that see has been a bit damaged by some acid, I think it was. I'm just wondering what you might be able to do to repair it, and how much that might cost.
I am not used to working with Kryn armor. If you are willing to get the supplies for me, I can fix it for sure. But you would need to be able to obtain the supplies probably from the orcs in the Rhine Plains, who trade with the Kryn. We don't have the material needed.
What supplies would those be?
One second. Sorry. Okay, so it would be sorry. Well, these are made with sort of some of the scales of a beast that's only found in the in Zorhas, and so they're relatively common there, but they're made sort of with the different with some of the material that's sort of distilled from that.
Okay. Any particular name you could give me for this material that I could ask for, or just
I need to update him.
I think it's colloquially known as your hide.
Sure hide.
So I think
Alright.
if you are, sort of asking around for Jorahide, I think at least the orcs and the traders in the Rhine Plains know what you're talking about.
Is that the Rhine Plains? Is that like would Barafkra be part of
Yes.
that? So that's the area that I'm familiar with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
So Earlus is in the Rhine Plains, Barafkra, as well as the other orc settlement.
Sure, cool.
Any idea if you might be able to improve the armor at all with the right materials, or?
No,
Alright. No, that's
this
fair.
is not my type of armory. It's not my
Sure,
craftsmanship.
sure,
So
no worries. What if I get this Jor hide, what would it cost
probably 750 gold.
for the repair?
Yep.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for the information.
No, you're welcome.
That's it.
Okay. So head out. Did you stop by the courier before this?
I'll go there now.
Okay. So head over to
As
the
he's
courier.
leaving, what do you think? I hold it up to him. You probably know a little bit more about armor than I do, but
Yeah, it looks pretty standard.
but not like ripped off or anything. I don't think so, but
I wouldn't know.
No, here. I think it's fine. How much you pay for it?
200 or something.
Yeah, I mean, it seems reasonable enough to me. I mean, they generally provided most of our armor when I was in the glass blades, and I don't really have to buy much of it myself. And I'm not the best with numbers, so
Neither am I, but neither am I with armor. But I felt like this would be decent. With,
Yeah,
what I could do. So
it's a good piece.
I go up with everyone else then.
Your thing. What are you doing through all this?
During all this time, I would like to look for a place that either sells paint,
Okay.
and also a place that sells textiles, not necessarily clothing, but like
Okay.
Scraps of cloth.
or like yards of bundles.
All right. So make a perception check for both. We'll say for both those things. A shopping perception check.
That will be a 10.
Okay. You're able to find the textile place relatively quickly.
Okay.
But you don't immediately see anywhere that sells paints. You're gonna have to spend some time looking for that.
Okay. I'll go into the textile.
So you head into the textile place.
And I still
Yeah.
need to talk to the courier too.
Right.
At some
Yeah.
point.
Hello. Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey, I'm looking for some of your black yard or black cloth if you sell any. Do you sell
Yeah,
that here?
we sell. Yeah, black cloth. How many feet you looking for?
Oh, 5 feet.
Okay.
something like that.
That'll probably cost you 3 gold.
Okay, that sounds like a deal.
I mean, you don't want anything special, any sort of special fabric? Wool is fine.
Sure, we'll be fine. Gersing has no idea what.
What I wouldn't do for a Holocaust cloak.
Well,
I
what
picked one up
else
from
do you
Miracle
have
Max
then?
back there.
else
I mean,
do you
we have silk. We have so some different polymers. Some some we have some stuff that's made out of spider's thread and some stuff that's made out of
The spider thread. How much is that?
that'll probably, you said 5 feet.
5 feet.
That'll probably cost you 35 gold.
And can I paint that? Is that okay?
It may be a little more difficult because it's sort of more. It's got sort of the sticky fabric on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Earthing thinks that means it's actually made out of spiders.
Yeah.
Just thread comprised of
It's like
spiders.
1,000 spiders.
Well, then this silk, if is that good to paint on?
Yeah. Silk we find a paint on it. It'll cost you.
Okay, well, what's the price on that then?
50 gold.
Okay. I will purchase 5 feet. Silk for 50 gold.
All right. You buy 5 feet of Pride's Call silk from the for at 10 gold a foot.
Okay. Do you happen to know who sells paints around here?
If you go down that street and then you turn right at the sort of like the bakery, and then you sort of go down, you head sort of north, and then there's the place that used to be she gives you very esoteric directions, but
Okay.
Like
they're
she's been
understandable.
here like a
I'll
long
just
time.
like stare during the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Hand the money and take my silk, bundle
All right.
it up, walk
All
out.
right. All right. So you buy your silk, and then you again you head down, and you're like, all right, I don't know which store.
I heard
that-
bakery, and I started thinking of like fresh like baked goods, and then just kind of like forgot the next couple.
And you're like, all right, I don't know
memory
which
of
building
snacks.
that the I don't know where Hrothgar used to live.
What?
But so you sort of stumble around. Make another perception check for me.
Another 10.
Okay. You do eventually find your way to sort of the sort of like the underground sort of paint shop, sort of a place where they sort of sell paints there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll walk in.
All right. So you walk in. Ching 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 ching. Hello, welcome.
Excuse me. Hello. I'm looking for your light blue paint. And a
Okay.
brush.
Any particular like would you prefer like cerulean or chartreuse, like any type of blue?
Light blue.
so he
like ice snowy blue.
So he's starting to understand that you don't know colors very well. So he just pulls out like sort of like a bunch of different paints, sort of shows them to you.
The swatches.
Yeah. But they don't have swatches. They have like they just have like the paints themselves.
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse.
Yeah, I'll look for a blue that looks sort of icy.
All right.
Type of color, and I'll go for that if he has it.
All right. Yeah. So you can buy that, and you can buy how much you wanted to buy.
I guess whatever their small cans are. I don't need a whole.
Yeah. So you can buy a small can and a brush for. It's for 5 gold you can buy some very nice paint.
Buy small light blue paint. All right. Well, thank you for the paint.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now try to go back to the group.
All right, we head out, and you and the right went.
How did you get here?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We were gonna meet with Istria, but now we're looking for me. So.
The search for Girthing.
Honestly, it may go better without Girthing in it. So
ARS finds you. So Carrick, you're talking to the courier. You sort of like stand there, you sort of like stomping his feet. Yeah, you're looking to get a letter sent?
Yes, please.
Where are you looking to send a letter?
You know, like your way through the the tunnels to the city of Golgathir?
No.
That's an off the wall request. Uh, if I were to hire a guide to get you there, would you be able to do that? Or do you know anyone? This is a strange request. I'm sure there's not a whole lot of travel.
Yeah, I'm.
Make an acquaintance there. I'd like to keep up with.
I'm willing to sort of embark on this excursion for you, but it's going to cost you, and you're going to need to provide a guide.
Sure. How much would it cost?
It depends on how far away is it. I've never even been to Golgathir. I've heard of the place, but
Sure. It was how long was it?
it was about a day and a half travel.
It's we just came here from there a day or two ago, and it was about at most day and a half, maybe 2 days, maybe traveling slow.
Okay, well, normally we charge 5 gold a day, but to go to Golgathir, I'm gonna double my daily wage, so it'll be 10 gold a day.
Let's just say 2 days there, 2 days back, tops. So that's
20, 40.
That's 40 gold.
Thank you. I'm not the best with numbers. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Do you know? Do I know where I would be able to hire a guide, or would I would one of the glass babies just hire one of them out, or other like guard services? Or guard? Well,
Yeah,
I guess no, that's a guide.
there are rangers that are sort of like they're not like wild, they're sort of like mercenaries, and probably you could hire one of them to take him down, but that would be up in the volition disc, and that would probably be back really close, probably not right at the glass blade concern, but it'll probably be, they probably have like they have a sort of a building nearby that's sort of available for sort of the brotherhood of rangers of the north. So
all right, well, I expect I'll be back the next day or so, and find someone to take you there.
all right, well, I'll be rearing to go.
What was your name?
Hey, I'm
Hey, guy, my mom.
I'm Kether.
All right, Kether. I expect to be back.
All right. Thank you very much. What?
I leave.
Okay.
As they're kind of doing all that stuff, I'm gonna pop into the smelt porns.
Okay.
Just pop in there. Hey,
Dylan, we got another one.
no, don't worry about that too much. I'm not actually. This is gonna be a strange request. I'm not here to actually buy any armor. I don't know if you guys utilize coal or charcoal in your furnaces here.
We do. Yeah, we use some coal. Yeah.
Do you have any would you be willing to sell me 50 gold worth of charcoal?
Yeah, I'd be willing to do that. Yeah.
Well, let's make that trade here. I'd love to purchase however much that is going to be, but I'll take that.
Okay. So he sells you 50 gold worth of charcoal.
And I put that in my bag of holding that just disappears. And I'll say, you want to see a trick real quick?
Sure, yeah.
Sit down for 10 minutes and go through the find familiar ritual and
All right.
bring forth an owl.
So he sits there and watches you for 10 minutes. Oh, as the find familiar appears. Oh, who's this little fella?
This is Major Chad.
Ground control to Major Chad.
So yeah, so I've got the little owl now.
Right.
50 gold worth of charcoal.
I got enough. It only takes
He
10
got
gold.
multiples.
Yes, in case he dies again.
That's never.
And I'll be like, well, I appreciate that a lot, sir.
No problem.
Me and Major Chad are gonna head back out then.
All right, so you head out with your newly summoned familiar, Major Chad.
Yes.
He was promoted.
Exactly.
You got that purple heart.
He did go
promotion.
He did have an ending there.
Does he have the same memories, or is he
I
all
don't know.
new?
I don't know how that works. I'll have to talk to him. And then I just meet back up with everybody.
All right, so you guys get back together after going through your different adventures. And it's still probably like you still got like an hour or so before you got to be in the grand.
Is there like a
Rest.
food court that we just gather around?
So there is sort of like a main bazaar area. It's sort of like a main thoroughfare.
Express. Great walk.
And Dan's pretzels over there.
Smoothie King. Oh man, I love Smoothie King.
Yeah, you're sitting there and your friends like playing on the arcade or something like that.
Yeah.
We have to go in like an hour.
No, but I need to.
That's where AR's just been this whole time. He's just been on the arcade.
I'm at high school, though.
I'm sure I can get I almost got it with that grabber thing. Like I almost got a prize.
I only spent 1 copper. It's gonna give me 1,000 back. Trust me. I can win this.
I can walk away whenever I want.
I don't have a gambling problem.
So you guys rendezvous. And you guys sort of now sort of got basically an hour left before you gotta be down and meet Istria Talviel.
Well,
I mean, we could get something to eat here real quick, or
Yeah.
just head back down at this point. I mean, it might take us a little bit.
It
but-
takes about like 20 minutes to get down there.
Yeah, it probably takes you guys a little 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to grab a bite here, wherever. Looks like there's a bunch of nice little restaurants right in this little area here.
yeah.
So you find like a hole in the wall sort of place that serves, basically dwarven sort of funnel cakes and there's a place across the way that has sort of pretzels, sort of like doughy salty pretzels.
Looks like that some little pastry shop right there. I like that little cakes that are made out of. I don't know, what is that stuff? It's some white stuff on top. I don't know what
It's
is
sugar.
this, man?
It's sugar.
It's talcum powder.
Really,
Yeah.
Is this suit on top?
Really's got one of those big pretzels, sort of like it's like this she's not a big person, and so she's like shoving this giant pretzel and breaking apart. You're like, how'd she already pay for it when she can't speak? like what just happened? Like,
I think they just gave it to her.
Numbers.
Yeah.
Feels pity.
She mimed pretty well.
Yeah, grab a bite to eat and
Okay.
head down, I suppose.
You guys grab a bite to eat, and then make your way back down to the Grand Disc, and the guards allow you through when you show the ring of Algrim. And since you guys have sort of a rendezvous time, Sironel and Elleth are there, sort of waiting for you, and they're dressed to the nines. They are dressed much.
We are
Not dressed.
They're
Yeah, we
dressed
don't-
much more formally. Sort of
They don't
Sironel
really
has.
have
Should-
much in the
should
way
we have
of
gotten-
outfits.
Should we have gotten dressed?
I thought
We
that
are
went,
dressed.
I thought that went without saying.
Can you like wait like 6 minutes and I try to like
All right.
get my
What are you doing?
New breastplate.
no, not my breastplate, but like my my cowboy, not my cowboy, but my the Hawaiian shirt, and that's my fancy getup.
All right, so you put on your cleric robes and the robes of Sironel, sort of get dressed.
Well, I mean, I was going to use this for something else, but I could get a nice little cloak, maybe going with this fabric I bought.
I do have the cloak one, the elven.
Oh,
cloak.
that's true. I do have like this fancy cloak too.
I've got a cloak of billowing.
Manta ray cloak.
You're gonna intimidate the daughter of the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't exactly have a whole lot of fancy clothes that we carry around with us.
Well, if you had said something, I would have provided some. I didn't know.
I just thought it was like all informal. Like we were just coming up to like talk to him and be like, "Hey, yo, what's going on?" Like, I wasn't.
Sironel, you have the weirdest friends. I know. They're
Hey,
they're not very
Not really much time.
refined. All right, so you guys shuffle off, sort of. And sort of Sirenel's wearing this like these long sort of tan robes that are sort of like felt and probably made at least partially of velvet, and Elleth is wearing sort of this gray sort of dress that's sort of cut down in the front, and sort of sleeveless, and sort of and she has these sort of like these. Her hair is sort of done with sort of different ribbons in it, in a very formal way. And they sort of you guys make your way to the grand dress citadel. It is this massive sort of fortress, this massive keep in the middle of sort of the grand disc, and it's sort of sitting there. It's got parapets and towers, and sort of it's even got like a little like chiseled moat that just like drops into the abyss, into oblivion around it. It has sort of a large sort of black drawbridge that goes down. It's sort of filled with sort of flags on all the different walls. One has sort of a symbol of the Talviel family that you guys recognize, and the other one has sort of a silver sort of tree that you don't recognize. And then and so you guys sort of make your way across the moat. Elleth sort of he talks to the glass blades. They lower the drawbridge. Is make your way across and into the keep. You see a bunch of official looking figures all dressed very well, running about doing different business. You see sort of individuals that sort of like you had before seen being carried on chairs, now walking around sort of being a little more humbled, a little bit less arrogant and exalted, and you sort of head to this massive sort of foyer, this massive sort of waiting room. You guys sit down there on these stone benches. Wait.
So who's taking point on this?
I look at Angor and that's about it.
I mean, I can speak to her.
Should be somebody elegant, especially if we came not wearing our best.
Well, we shouldn't all speak up at once if we.
That works great.
The Fellowship of the Chili Sad. Istria will see you now.
Well,
Who's that kid?
all right.
So you guys head in. There's this sort of like massive lawn.
I will be right beside Ingvor.
Nice. So you guys head.
It was.
Khalil was murdered.
No. Yeah, Khalil was murdered.
Mila.
Mila.
That's right.
Mila.
So you guys head down through this long sort of hallway that's sort of filled with different with sort of all these different paintings. And on the one side this long lineage of sort of dwarven kings and queens, and the other side it's elven. You see images of Malaesmere. You see these massive, large tapestries, these murals of some of a city in the woods, some of Uthodurn. These beautiful murals of Uthodurn. You see sort of like a picture that seems to be depicting sort of the discovery of Uthodurn, where you see the dwarves originally sort of building and finding the sort of this cavern, and you see a dwarf holding a light up, and you see this massive sort of domed chasm sort of but beyond. And you see like all these sort of beautiful tables that have intricate drawings on them. You see different bizarre animals that you guys, Ingvar in particular, you recognize. Some of them are from the Menagerie Coast even. And some of them, they've been stuffed and sort of put on these sort of like on these pedestals sort of overlook you. You see what looks like sort of like busts on some of these places of different individuals. You make your way down and you see that at the end of it you see this sort of jet black haired woman with sort of an angular aquiline features, with sort of like a sharp nose, high cheekbones. Her hair is pulled back in a braid. She's wearing these long sort of emerald green robes. She sort of sits there and sort of like and you can tell that she's young for an elf. You can tell that she's younger even than Sironel. But she has this sort of gravitas to her that sort of belies her age. Hello.
Very formally everything.
Well, hello, ma'am. As we go in and bow, I'm gonna do a slight curtsy bow.
Mm-hmm.
Are you Istria, I assume?
Yes, I'm Istria.
We are, as you've heard, the Fellowship of the Chili Sad.
Yes, Elleth has spoken quite highly of you.
Yes, we have been honored to have a audience with you, and it is our greatest honor to be in this presence with you here. We've come a long way from up on the northeastern area of Palebank, if you have known of that.
And so right beside her is Borbor, is her giant Goliath bodyguard.
Oh yes,
his arms crossed his own. I know these. That one. I know him.
Point of the Carrick.
Yeah, point of Carrick. Yeah. Sorry.
Yes, I do recognize you. It seems like you had been up there as we were embarking on our journey.
Yes, we were there to receive the Professor Shalebrow as he returned from Islecross.
He's an honorable man. He's a very, very learned fellow. We saw him up on Islecross as well.
Pray tell, what were you doing in Islecross?
That's how we came upon our name, the Fellowship of the Chili Sad. It goes back a long way. A few months ago, I've been living in Palebank Village for the past 5 or 6 years here, but these few friends of mine I've made along the way. When we left, there had been a few of my acquaintances in Palebank that had contracted a disease that we had never heard of, the frigid woe. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
I have.
Yes, and it had already killed one of my acquaintances in Palebank, and I had been tasked with this group of adventurers to go up into Islecross to find the cure. And so we spent a few weeks up on Islecross, embarking up to the ruins of Aor, right?
Aor.
The Aorian ruins, to find the cure, and we found the cure, and that is where we came across the professor. He was up there as well, and he was exploring the area that changes every day. I cannot remember the name of that.
Mutalos.
Mutalos, that is correct.
Well, you must be accomplished adventurers to have been to the Aoran ruins and survived. But
It was a harsh journey.
what does this have to do with me?
Well, when we got back into Palebank, things were different than I had remembered. There were new people in town, new faces, and I remember one of my good friends, Mila Tenno, had been put in prison. There had been a murder that had happened during right around when we came back, and Mila is not a person I would think of to have done this, but she is the one who got blamed for this. And so we have come here because Algrim, I think you know the name Algrim Stone Shield.
I know of Algrim.
Yes, he's a very trusted fellow up in Palebank, and he kind of agrees with us that he does not believe that Mila would do this. He kind of trusts her story. She had not been in that area at the time. And I think, I can't remember exactly, but I know that our friend Wilford here said she had come across a cloak.
I'm watching her face, seeing if she reacts to anything new or anything.
It was
Yes,
was a cloak with.
She saw a cloak that resembled. I don't know if what all it entails, but I think it had something to do with the Talviel symbol
Yes.
on the cloak.
Oh,
This was
okay.
this was
The
there's some
night of
details
the
are being overlooked. This was the night that the murder took place.
Yes.
Mila, I think you, Wilford, you said that she was perhaps looking into something. She'd heard something, or
she saw movement one night, the night of murder, and saw this cloak.
See who or what it was, but saw this cloak that bore the Talviel insignia. And another important detail, I think, is the victim of the murder was a dwarf named Halil, who was known to be connected with the Utalots. So our suspicion is that someone is trying to set up Mila to take the fall for this, and that the murder may have been to tie up any loose ends, to prevent Halil from giving any testimony that may harm the Utalots. And we don't have many leads, and this cloak is the only thing we have to go on.
I see. I haven't really I know very little about the Utalots or anything about a conspiracy here.
Does she seem like she's telling the truth there?
I've been watching her face. This
Make insight checks.
Please have a good one.
27.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right. So, Istria Talviel is a young princess. And as you sort of watch her features, she follows Angor telling the story. it seems like she is aware of. It seems like her eyes light up when she hears some of these places and some of these things, but that you don't see this sort of like this wisdom of knowledge pass through them. So it seems like she's probably read a lot, heard a lot, being in the court of the king, having access to the books. So she knows a lot. However, it seems like she is somewhat naive and somewhat sheltered.
Yeah.
What about the bodyguard? Can I get his
Make another insight check.
22.
22. Okay.
Dang.
Yeah.
Rolling good.
My natural one isn't hurting us at all.
Carrick is like trying not to make eye contact because he's like, I gotta be respectful. Gotta be respectful.
I rolled a natural 14 on that
Okay.
one.
So Bor seems relatively actually relaxed throughout most of the story. You guys are talking about Isocross. He seems relatively unconcerned. Then he's talking about the Uthodurn story. You seem tense up a little bit. And you start talking about Halil and Mila and this murder. You see him, get a little more nervous. Then we start talking about the Talviel insignia. He's, we'll say, agitated.
Are we surrounded by like people, or is it just like a small room with us?
So it's a long room, but there's no one else in there besides sort of Elleth and Sironel, Morgana, and then the Fellowship that's really sad.
And then just Istria and Borbor.
Yeah, it's just she's sitting there, and he's next to her, his arms crossed.
I think Estrella, I think we're just here to inform you of this. I hope you're not taking this as anybody trying to put anything on anybody. We just have talked to a bunch of other people as well, and you think you were their last contact here, and we just kind of wanted to let you guys know that this is what was found, so that the Talviels, you and
Yes,
can be aware of what is out there, the information. We just want you to know this information because we want you to be aware. I don't know who would have had the cloak,
and so that our investment in this whole ordeal is that Mila is scheduled to be executed for this crime, which we believe again she did not commit. In only a matter of a couple of weeks, I believe. So we
well,
we're very intent.
I'm sure my father would be willing to stay the execution. But then you start to see Borbor stuff for sort of shake his head. Well, I will see about staying the execution. Maybe we can do a more thorough investigation of this murder if indeed there is some untoward circumstances. Maybe it'll come to light in an official investigation.
You said he stepped in front of her, or
he didn't step in front of her. He started to step forward, like sort of like into her. So he's sort of here into her, into where you can see her. She can see her out of the corner of his eye, so he sort of shook his head slightly.
And as my compatriot Ingbor has said, we have no desire to cast any aspersion on your family's name at all. Our biggest suspicion, truthfully, is that perhaps there may be someone trying to, perhaps someone low-ranking as a servant or something of the like, not directly tied to the family, but or someone seeking to cast an ill name on the family. So we would perhaps that would be a place to investigate. Is those who deal directly in and with the family, but are not you or your family themselves.
It's also a way to, so as you see or sort of think, um, you know, potentially uh, throw the realm in chaos, perhaps. If it's the Utalots, I'm a little unfamiliar with this name. Um, but
I'm very familiar, and I know they would benefit greatly from chaos here.
Yeah, it seems like um, perhaps someone with a vested interest would want to frame the royal family and delegitimize, um, our rule. That seems like a destabilizing thing to do. But who I don't know how they have access to a cloak with our insignia. You could talk to the Chamberlain, potentially. He might know. Um,
Well, do we have anything else?
I take it that if any information comes up, you would know about, you would hear about it, and seeing you're in the royalty.
um, yeah, I mean, it's this particular issue has not. I mean, there are things that only the diarchy deals with, but this doesn't sound like one of them, and it's not been a royal matter at all. It's we've been more focused on other things, and recently, spies have been apparently, while I was gone, coming in and talking about um, some sort of rebellion or in Golgothir. I don't know all the details about it, but that seems to have been weighing heavily on my father's mind when I returned. Um, this matter I have not heard anything about, nor anything of the Utalots. It doesn't really.
Your news of Golgothir has come here already.
Um, I guess depends on what you mean by news. I mean, obviously, we keep tabs on many of the different civilizations. Whether it's Golgothir or
I suppose I should have assumed.
Isocross or Baroftkra.
Well, what have you heard of Golgothir so far?
That 7 powerful mind flayers have come to power, and that they have that Lady Andragora has gone in hiding with the Lord. Um, we've heard that there is potentially some factionalism within the Mind Flayer cabal. Again, that's the general. I've not been here for most of these reports, but it's been what I've heard.
Yeah. It seems accurate. We did pass through there to get to Uthodurn.
Wow.
Almost a bit by mistake, but
I mean, we just
it
passed
is what it
through.
is.
Isocross and Golgothir, all these places that you see this look of longing in her eyes. She sort of sits back down.
But I think Golgothir is a matter for another day, perhaps.
Yes, as I said,
Like I said, our greatest concern is simply ensuring that most immediately that Mila is not sentenced to death for this crime that she's innocent of.
That we think she's innocent of.
Yeah.
So you see her sort of glance at the corner of her eye, where she sort of gives like a silent question with her eyes. He sort of gives a shake of the head. She goes on anyway. She says, "I think perhaps my father would be willing to stay the execution in order to discover the truth behind the matter. But he's going to need to hear from Algrim and from from other sources than just no offense, but a gang of vagabonds and
Oh.
adventurers.
It's fair.
Would it matter if we had a standard, one of those little banners that people have?
She looks at you confused.
Or officially?
Um, I believe that the standards come from uh, they represent like a particular house. So I guess if you were to ingratiate yourself with one of the noble houses, yes, that would make a big difference.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Does your father have a way of communicating with Aldrin without him having to come here?
My father has a way of communicating with Elro, and they could stay the execution while Algrim came to testify. It can be done without having to have a journey here.
She just to give you a little bit more information. She is the date is I give her whatever the date is for the
Mhm.
execution, so she knows when the
time reference.
yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you for your
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
graciousness and lending us your time.
Of course, of course. Anything as a favor. Elleth is a trusted friend.
Could you do you would you have a way of contacting us if to let us know when
Can I just contact Elleth?
That can work.
She doesn't appear to have thought about this.
I'll look at Elleth and see if she can
Elleth kind of, sort of shifts her body weight from sort of foot to foot. Your Highness, of course, I mean no offense, but perhaps you could use the royal couriers to find them. And it's just like it started like, oh, like you see like this jolt of recognition. She's like, oh yes, I can. I'll use the royal couriers if I need to get in touch.
Very well.
there is no war in Boston City. I bow
think we had
and
I don't believe we had anything else to discuss.
Okay, well, it's almost time for Golram to give his presentation. You'd be welcome to stay if you wish.
I think we've got some other. I appreciate the invitation.
yes, very much.
I mean, we don't exactly fit too well here.
That is true. It's a little refreshing though, for a lack of flattery.
Well, I suppose that worked out in our favor. But again, I thank you for the invitation, but I think we have some other leads to follow and people to discuss these issues with.
Understood. I will use the royal couriers to get in touch if I learn anything or if my father makes any decisions. All right,
Excellent.
you guys, you are dismissed. And she waves her hands. You know this is something that she's very comfortable with, right? This is something that
Yeah.
Back out.
Yeah, back out.
right?
Do we see the Chamberlain along the way?
You make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Natural
Or
20. All right.
22.
So as you are entering, sort of this sort of large dwarf in sort of like sort of like formal attire with the sort of the symbol of Talviel on it. Well, excuse you.
Hello,
Don't you know who I am? I'm the Chamberlain of
Royal Chamberlain for the House of Talviel.
that's correct. That is
Well, that's great to meet you. My name is Angvor. How are you, sir?
nice to meet you. I was just heading in to go talk to the Lady Istria.
We just came from talking to the Lady Istria. She was telling us about you.
Well, really?
Yes, we were interested. Somehow we had found. Do you know how? Who has access to the robes with the royal insignia on them?
Well, obviously, the the king and the princess and sort of their retinue. I mean, obviously the Imathon's wife and I do and you know the guards of the palace do. Some of the higher up staff would. Why?
What would I mean? So you said personal bodyguards, higher ups, things like
Probably
that?
probably all but the most basic guards. Again, may I ask why you're having these inquiries? This is a very specific and strange request.
She told us to ask you.
Oh, well, why?
We're on a quest to help a friend out, and this is going to help us.
How?
This friend had found a robe with it on, and she was wondering where she might have come across it and who might have had access to it.
Make a deception check.
Gosh.
That's a 15.
15. Okay.
This deception's good.
Well, oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. If it's important to the Lady Istria, well, I can provide a list of names if you wish.
If that would be doable, you could get that to us. That would be wonderful for us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there may be others who could have access under rare circumstances, but
Yes. I understand.
I'll give you, yeah, give me a couple hours, and I'll be able to get that to you.
Absolutely. What was your name then?
I am Dumagorn.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't want to hold you up with the Lady Istra, so you go right ahead into her. But I appreciate that information. I'll try and be back in touch with you.
Where are you? Who are you, and where are you staying?
I said my name's Angvor, and we're staying up in the Broken Stool.
Right, but you're a group, I assume. Like, are you guys?
Oh yes, this is we go by the Fellowship of the Chili Sad. This is my friend Wilfred.
Yep.
This is Gerthang
Wilfred
here,
first.
and I have Carrick on this side.
Hello.
And I think you know Elleth. I'm assuming.
Yes, Elleth.
And
Sorry?
Aoris is her long lost brother. It seems like,
And
and
this is Morgana.
this is Morgana and
Aurelia.
Aoris
And Aurelia.
and Aurelia.
There's a lot in the fellowship.
Some of them are not in the Fellowship.
There's also a Chad somewhere.
uh,
And Mega Chat now.
Yes.
Major.
um,
So I just give
well,
him the name.
they sort of like push. Well, I will send the list to for the Fellowship of the Chili Sad and the Broken Stool.
You could, yeah, that would be wonderful. You could send it with the courier to us at some point. It'll be great.
Yeah, of course. And so he sort of shuffles by and moves into the main chamber.
Well, that looks like we might have a list of.
Well, that's part of our job done. That's part of our
That
job
went
done.
that went pretty well, I think.
Yeah. When we get out of reasonable earshot,
Mm-hmm.
do y'all notice anything strange in there?
The guard.
Not really.
The bodyguard.
Seemed a little shifty to me.
Really.
Morgana, did you notice anything with him?
Who?
Morgana.
Morgana. Yes, he seemed on edge.
He seemed to know stuff about the intel that we were getting, and he seemed a little nervous that we knew.
Yeah.
Maybe we should watch our backs.
Did he ease up when we said we thought it was like someone trying to frame the family, or
Not really. No.
no? Okay.
Because he might be trying to frame him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but
Potentially. I don't know.
just wanted to see if he reacted to that as well.
So it's about midday, 2 o'clock. It's a little after.
It's afternoon.
Yeah, it's sort of
We met at 2.
between going there, waiting, having the audience, talking with the Chamberlain, coming back. Now it's probably like
The bell chimed right at 2 when we got in there.
probably like 3:30, 4.
We could just go back up to the broken stool, whatever it was called again, and just, I mean, kind of debrief on this information here. I mean, this is a lot of.
We did tell her we were staying at the Broken Stool, right?
We told the Chamberlain.
But not Istria.
Well, we had to
No,
tell.
she said she'd send couriers to find us.
I'm sure the couriers are gonna have heard. I mean, people.
And Elleth,
People talk.
Elleth
Probably know a lot.
She can contact Elleth. Elleth knows where we're staying.
Okay. You're saying if you're saying that one guy felt shady and we told her where we're staying, then he would have heard where we're staying.
We only told.
But if we only told the Chamberlain, then
Yeah.
that'd be okay.
Wouldn't that make them look a little bit more? No, to make it more conspicuous, suspicious. But I don't know if it would.
I don't know. If somebody was tying up loose ends and they have more loose ends,
One reason why I didn't tell her
snip them.
I thought about telling her where we were, but didn't want to do it because he was there.
Yeah, I guess let's head back and
Well, could make for a fun night.
Good.
see what's gonna come next.
So where you guys headed?
Broken
Back-
Stool, I
Back-
think.
We are going back to Broken Stool.
All right, so you
Um,
guys.
Do I see any jewelers on the way up?
So in the Grand Disc, there are a fair number of jewelers. You can find one relatively easily.
I tried to hop in one, and
Okay. What are you looking for?
a diamond
Okay. So
worth
you
300 gold pieces.
so you see this like sort of old gray-haired, like tall dwarf, or like sort of it looks like there's sort of like an elf and there's sort of a dwarven man and an elvish woman behind the counter, and then there's sort of looks like their sort of adult daughter looks half dwarf and half elf, is there as well.
Half
Yeah.
12.
12,
She's
yeah,
12.
12. Or Elworf, yeah, 12.
Eorf.
so, hello. How can I help you?
You looks like you work in jewels, diamonds.
Yes, the cat's eye ruby has been in business for, well, since
That's
my dad had it before me.
really.
Yeah, yeah, it's a fun story. Yeah, so my father, when he came down from, he was very interested in looking for precious diamonds, and he prayed a prayer to Moradin the Allhammer, and he goes on, and he talks about how his father discovered this after a prayer. He was broke, and he tells this
Wow.
whole story about he did a prayer and he found this mine, and then they found the store, and how they
Find
find
right here in the Uthodurn.
yeah, and they had the ruby that he said looks like a cat's eye, and that's why he named this place the Cat's Eye Ruby.
Wow, that's quite a story.
4 hours later. Um,
Everyone's like asleep.
yeah. Anyways,
Um,
well, what'd you come in here for?
Oh yes. Diamonds. Do you have any diamonds I could?
Yeah. Well, what size one would you like? Here, pulls out some diamonds.
Probably one that's like a 300 gold's worth, whatever size that is. I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I-
going to be
Just
one.
diamond.
Yeah, one that's sort of like these are like able to fit in the palm of the hand, right?
Yeah.
All right. Guys, do you have the gold?
Yeah. I pull out.
Got this.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. He puts the diamond there, and takes the gold.
Yeah. Here's some. Here's 300 gold. Wow, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's gonna be very useful.
oh well, wonderful. Oh well. And then he starts telling the story about this one time he sold a diamond to a visiting dignitary from
I'm
the
very
Dawn
interested in
Empire.
that story, but it's getting very late.
Oh well. Okay.
I think I have to go. I have a few friends that are waiting on me now.
Oh, okay. Well, and he tries to keep on telling the story.
Um,
But just let me finish. There's this really funny.
It sounds very
they-
interesting.
They told,
I
no,
assure you.
he told me. They
But
told me.
I have to like. Can you maybe another day?
Oh,
Just hold on to the story for one more day.
okay. Well.
'Cause I try to hide. I try to put like the gem inside like a
All right.
inner pocket.
All right.
And then I head out, and I'm assuming they're gone.
Mhm.
I don't know.
All right. So you guys head up to the volition disc where the broken stool is.
As we're up at the broken stool, kind of wandering up there, looking around, are there any other like taverns or inns that would house somebody like us close by, maybe right across the street on the opposite side, maybe, or a little bit farther down?
The broken stool.
And are there any more like nearby, like across the street or a little bit farther down?
Maybe we could keep an eye out on the broken stool type of thing.
Yes, I mean, so there is there is what's the word there is sort of the goats herdsman.
Goats huntsman, I think is what it was.
No, herdsman.
Yeah, it's different.
Huntsman is the restaurant.
That's a restaurant.
Herdsman is a
Inn.
what's the female word of herdsman? Is there like a herds woman?
I don't know.
Well, again, just sexist and racist today, aren't you? Herds man.
Wouldn't a herdsman already be the female?
That's true.
Not a hymnsman.
A hymns her.
Anyway,
So what you guys see that down there? The goats herdsman inn. Maybe we should. It looks pretty close by, and maybe it might be best maybe because they do kind of know where we are, but we could see if they have rooms for us, and we could let's stay there for the night, and just in case.
Seems like a reasonable idea.
I could keep Major Chad on the watch as well.
You could, yeah. But if they do come, do we need to leave a message if the couriers come?
We could leave that at the front of the broken school, just for a courier, just for
If any messages come for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
If any messages come for us,
But not big bulking people that have swords.
yes, true.
Well, I mean, for all we know, the couriers may be involved as well. Where he may, if there's someone trying to do us harm, they may be posing as a courier.
For that matter, the innkeeper could be in it too.
I mean, we're
I
just
think
gonna have
that
to.
I think that the couriers will be able to. I feel like they'll be able to find us when they need to.
I think so.
And we can always check back at the end and ask if someone's left a message for us.
Yeah.
This is true.
I'm just nervous about giving any explicit indication to anyone where we are.
And if we're keeping an eye out, maybe we'll see that. I'm sure they have some sort of armor or they have some symbol on them if they're the royal courier.
Maybe.
Sure, they would be marked of some sort. We watch.
So you guys get rooms at the Goat Herdsman.
Mhm.
Okay. So you guys head in, and this is so the Broken Stool was sort of it was a mediocre tavern, but it was nice enough. The Goat's Herdsman is a little bit more it's a little bit more of a place that's sort of caters not necessarily to sort of like the criminal element or the underbelly of Uthodurn, but definitely sort of the lower classes. This looks like a place that probably a lot of farmers stay in when they come in to sell their goats. Looks like a place where sort of and you guys see a bunch of individuals in sort of these dark cloaks that they sort of shroud their heads in, and you see them sort of a lot of them are dark green, some of them are black, some of them are sort of grayish, some are brownish, and you see when you guys sort of come in there, you see a couple sort of one is at a table, one is sort of in the corner, sort of slowly sort of sipping on a mug ever so slightly.
Right, I guess right before I go in, can I just look around to see if it looks like anyone is following us or watching us?
Make a perception check.
Always, Hallion is watching us.
He's always there.
I look. I mean, I just looked inside the bar to see if anyone was following us outside.
Yeah, doesn't look like anyone's beat us here. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
What would you roll?
Natural one.
Again? Another natural one? Carrick like turns around to look to see if anyone's following you guys, and you see the door just closes. And so he's like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're good.
Can't see us anymore.
Nope.
So I guess we make sure we get rooms with the street view.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. That sounds
So you go up there, and the sort of the dwarven woman at the bar sort of has like a red tattoo of sort of like an arrow that crosses her right eye, and she starts hey. She's sort of like one half of her hair is shaved and the other half sort of long, sort of swept to the side, and sort of she has some braids in there. How may I help you?
Hey, we're a group of adventurers needing a few rooms for the night.
Oh well, you're in luck. How many do you need?
How many do they sleep?
As many as you can fit. Probably at least 4. There's only 2 beds, but
Just want to see.
I'd like to have my own bed.
Is
Also-
Sironel and Elleth still with us?
Sironel is with you. Elleth is not.
At this point, Angor hears a voice in his head and is like, "Hey guys, where'd you go?"
Because
It's me, Wilfred. Where'd you guys go? You can respond to this message.
We're in the goat's herdsman.
Sironel waited for you, Wilfred. He's the only
Okay.
one who waited for you.
the only one that cares.
I'm so confused. Who's talking?
Uh,
Wait, we were being followed by Sironel and Wilfred.
yeah, and so so that moment, they sort of figure their way in and start coming behind you, right? As Carrick sort of looking around to see if anyone's following you guys. It's like, oh, Carrick sort of spins around like, oh, whoa, where you guys where you guys come from?
Carrick, Wilfred, Sironel, Roar, Sironel. Great. You were saying.
Hey, Morgana, or
Aurelia.
8.
And is
it's 7 with
I think we do have 8.
I think it's 8.
Cyrano makes it 8.
So
We gotta kill some of these people off. It's getting too
Hey,
hard to
we've
keep
been
track of.
trying.
so 2 rooms, it sounds like.
Sounds like we can fit us all in there.
Maybe Sironel and Aris should go stay over at the
Oh,
The
Broken
NPCs
Skull.
go, NPCs go in their own room.
All right.
I think they should stay at the Broken Stool so they can, keep tabs on it. And then that way, if they're dead in the morning, we'll know that someone really was after us.
it's a great plan.
Foolproof.
Well, I think we might just need two rooms. It looks like there's 8 of us. We'll squeeze in.
Okay. With 2 rooms, that'll be 1 gold.
Hey, Aris, you got this again?
Aris puts down 1 gold and he covers you guys.
Thanks, man. You're such a
You
pal.
probably like such a foot out of your pocket.
Slave handshake.
All right.
All right.
Perception check.
So
So you guys settle down for the night. I
I'm gonna
assume.
make
I mean, it's still relatively early.
Yeah, I mean, we were just getting rooms at least. I mean, we were gonna probably hang out. I mean, I don't know what anybody else was doing. I was gonna set major chat at night to look over the other once it kind of gets dark.
He knows what to look for.
I'm telling him. Yeah, I can relay that message.
What's our?
Wait, you got him back.
going forward?
You got, but he's an owl now.
He's a different one now. Owl seems a little bit more appropriate. He can see in the dark now.
Ah,
Woo, woo, woo.
is he? Is it?
He's nice. His name's Major Chad, guys.
Major Chad.
Major chat.
Ground control to
I would need
Major
ground control.
Chad.
Wait, you're ground control.
Yeah, that's true. That song is all about sending messages between ground control and major chat. So you can do that.
What's our plan going forward?
Should we like
Seems like we need to kind of know who had access to these roads. I mean, it sounds like Dumagorn was going to get me a list, but I mean, from what he's saying and from the way that the guard was acting, it does sound like there does seem to be some kind of something going in within the ranks of not necessarily the family themselves, but within the court of the family to sow some unrest. I don't know who would be willing to accept that information and how we could prove that. I mean,
Can we just go to the king?
and say what?
That there is dissent in his lower courts, in his lower ranks.
Is he
of,
going
royalty?
is he going to take that? I mean,
Just getting an audience with him would be challenging enough.
2 months wait.
Istria said she would talk to him about it. I think that's the best we can do as far as getting a message to him.
If I know what he looks like, I could bombard him with messages.
That might not go entirely in our favor.
You ever hear of that woman that would always knock at the judge's door like day and night, and then eventually he just relented and did whatever she asked for of him?
This is your conscience. Somebody might be.
There's dissension in your royalty house.
That is all. Good night.
So you guys sort of the main area now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are sitting there, sort of drinking and talking, and then all of a sudden the door sort of swings open. This hulking shadow appears in a cloak. He sort of comes forward, throws off this cloak. Fellowship with the Chili Sad. We need to talk. And it's Borapor.
Hmm.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
And Hallion is with him, and they're both vampires.
They tag team.
He's gonna kill us.
Hallion's hanging in the rafters, going to suplex one of us.
I look up.